Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
The Idea Gen Global Podcast with George Sifakis.
I'm George Sifakis. In a world overflowing with noise, there is one forum where the world's smartest voices connect, where visionaries sit at the same table as innovators, and great minds don't just talk, they act.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, we're looking around. This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Our number duo, we check in with Red Apple Audio Network's star anchorette. She's the voice of her generation, and every week we look forward to seeing the things that Lizzie has found for us. This one is going to be AI heavy, I got to tell you, because AI is just, it's so everywhere. Good morning, Lizzie. How are you?
Good morning, Bo. Good morning. I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be here, and I have to thank you for putting some of these stories on my radar this week.
Well, there was some, Lizzie, Lizzie, have you heard AI music? I was talking about that in the last hour. A friend of mine, musician friend, starting to use AI with the music, and he's sending me stuff. Lizzie, it's amazing what it's able to do. At the same time, I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I also have a friend who does music, and they have been using the AI to do like duets with, and I'm not sure if I get it. It's hard to find another artist to collaborate with, but isn't that the point of collaborations? It's like you build something together, two artists coming together, and now it's just like one artist and a robot. Like, what? Take that act on the road, sure.
Well, I mean, people have taken lip syncing on the road.
Shout out Milli Vanilli, right?
Yay. All right, so a new report says screen time limits for children are no longer enough. This was released by, the guidance was released by the American Academy of Pediatrics. And it talks about the kids that are growing up in this increasingly, as they say, digital world. It's affecting their sleep, their learning, their mental health. And the American Academy of Pediatrics is saying the screen time limits are no longer enough. And you've been talking about this and warning us of what is happening. How do you see this playing out, Lizzie?
Well, it's pretty, the outlook, not so good is what the 8-ball, I just shook it and it's giving me that answer. Remember 8 balls? Remember when you didn't have to ask Chat GPT for a prediction or whatever? Now, you used to just, have a physical thing that you shook. Well, actually, screen time limits are not enough. A lot of, pediatricians and a lot of mental health professionals are coming out saying that we need to understand why people are on these devices, why people are spending so much time on these devices, and also offer alternative, healthy options over, the doom scrolling. That's the endless scrolling that people do on social media. And I do want to just mention the guy who invented endless scroll, the technology of the endless scroll. I saw him in a documentary. He talks about that technology like he's Robert Oppenheimer, like he invented the atomic bomb. And honestly, I think I could make an argument that the endless scroll is our generation's atomic bomb. Like, it has decimated areas of connectivity. Because social media, like I said last week, it was built to be this great unifier, this space where it was supposed to be democratizing. It was supposed to give everyone a voice, everyone a platform. And now more and more, it's just increasingly a place of isolation, polarization, and just bad vibes overall. This article that comes from ABC News about the limits on screen time, it goes into how this report also encourages a better investment in public resources that, help out families like libraries, parks, and community spaces. Third spaces is becoming a trending topic online because with these moral panics like TV and stuff, your TV doesn't send you any notifications. Computers were sitting in a room. They were stationary a lot of the time. The entire family had access to them if they could use them. So this moral panic of phones, I think it is fair, and this technology is completely unprecedented. So we have to go about how we deal with this rapid technology, this rapidly developing technology, in a innovative way. I mean, I think that
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Parenting.
That would
doesn't
be nice.
Involve government. Put
Right?
the damn phone down. Put your iPad down. You're going out. You're going to go play.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the gym. You're going to do some sports. You're going to do some art. You're going to do something other than sit here in front of your digital world.
Yeah.
How's that?
No, and
Parenting.
I agree 1000%. That's part of the problem is that these kids who are spending all the times on the screens, their parents are just as guilty, and their parents are
Well,
just
I was about to say, but that would mean the parents have to put down their screens too.
Yeah. So it's like, who's gonna give up first? Who's gonna give up the devices first? I think it should be the adults. The adults should start to limit their screen time. I know that was one of my New Year resolutions, was to limit my screen time, and it has been down. So I've been doing pretty good on that. I've been limiting. Yeah, but spend some time outside, pick up a book, read, and touch grass.
What's that? What's that? Is that like one of those CD things? A job applicant sued to open black box of AI hiring decisions. Now, a lot of people will hear that headline, not know what the hell we're talking about here. Job applicant sued to open black box of AI hiring decisions. Simplify this for us, Lizzie. What New York Times ran this story? I sent it to you this week because I saw it. I immediately thought of you. What is going on with this one?
Okay, so black boxes, that refers to these AI screeners. A lot of people, when you apply to a job online, you notice that you don't hear anything back. Anecdotally, that is the biggest complaint when it comes to the job market, that I send out all these applications and I hear absolutely nothing. So the AI screeners that these companies are using simply just go through their resumes and, make sure that they have any keywords in their job descriptions or in their past occupations that it matches up, like that they're a good match. This AI technology, though, like we've talked about, we know that AI is not always right. They are prone to inaccuracies. So now what a lot of officials want to do is actually have those AI screening tools be subject to the same Fair Credit Reporting Act requirements as like credit card companies, as credit agencies. So essentially you would have access to why your resume or why your application got thrown out.
Yeah. I'll wait to see whether that happens or not.
But yeah, I'd like to see something like that, because, credit card companies, they're upholding to the law, and just because there's an omission of language for AI companies in the law, that doesn't mean that they're an exception. We know that AI messes up. We know that it makes mistakes. We should be able to, check those mistakes, monitor those mistakes, and then have the opportunity to then possibly appeal them, because that's what you could do with a credit report. If you notice anything that's a little fishy, you can go and appeal that. You cannot do that when you're trying to fight for a job and you're fighting against a robot, you're fighting against other applicants, you're just trying to get notice, and then that robot is just completely ignoring you, throwing out your application. I mean, there is a class action lawsuit that was filed 2 years ago against another AI company for their job screening for discrimination. So there's biases built into these AI screeners. And something that I want to point out is that a lot of like the AI crowd, the pro AI crowd, the argument is that, we've trained these computers to think like a human. That's just what a human would do. Well, a human has to answer to this. These robots are just in this room, completely untouched, completely above the law. So I think that these robots have to answer for their actions.
Well, there is a lawsuit, Eightfold AI, that sells the technology as a tool to these employers to do this, is now being sued. And so we'll see whether they are going to have to, whether there is going to be some accountability for the way that they said there. And this is just the infancy of this. This is just the opening stages of this.
Exactly.
And in schools, it's an opening stage too. I see you sent me a story this morning. Alaska student arrested for eating another's AI work. What the heck?
Yeah, no, this is an incredible story. This guy is my hero. This student, he's a 19-year-old freshman in the film and performing arts at the University of Alaska Fairbanks campus. He was charged for apparently tearing down the artwork of another student and eating it in a protest. He chewed up and spit out artwork made by another student who was in the Master of Fine Arts program. It was apparently pinned to the wall. He admitted to eating that artwork because it was AI generated. I wish we had a direct quote from him, but the article that I found only got a quote from the artist whose work was eaten, who he describes his work as one that explores identity, character, narrative creation, and crafting false memories of relationships in an interactive role digitally crafted before, during, and after a state of AI psychosis. Now, I do find that subject matter for his art. Yeah, AI psychosis. That's this phenomenon. AI psychosis is not yet in the DSM, the Diagnostic of Statistic Manual, that's used by a lot of, therapists and psychiatrics, professionals to diagnose mental illnesses. AI psychosis, not in there yet, but it will probably soon, probably will be soon, because AI psychosis is this idea that talking to an AI chatbot could lead you into thinking that you're God, that you're, a multitude of things. People go crazy when they talk to this ChatGPT or any of these language learning models. There are cases of people kind of going nuts. So that's something that we're going to have to deal with on the forefront of mental health. AI psychosis. How exciting. How exciting. Oh, and also I do want to point out in this story, prosecutors say 57 of his works only valued $250. Oof.
Oh!
Oof. Not good for the AI art market.
Not so far. But we're only at the beginning.
The James Golding Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.